Hey everyone, Teo here. I've been using the OnePlus Pad for more than a month now, so in this video I'm going to tell you whether this tablet is worth the money by comparing it with other Android tablets, and the short answer is a solid no from me. And I will explain why in this video. So I will compare the OnePlus Pad with the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8, which I do not have. This is the S8 Ultra with the 14.6-inch OLED display. The S8 is the one with the 11-inch LCD display, which is smaller than this 11.6-inch display. And I will also compare this tablet with some cheap China tablet that I received recently, which is just US $199. So the OnePlus Pad at the time of review, this video, is $479, and that does not include the pen, which is $99, and this keyboard folio, which is $149. The Samsung Tab S8 on Amazon right now is US $599, and that includes the pen. So the Tab S8 obviously is more expensive by $100 over, but it includes the pen. If you have no intention to buy the OnePlus Pad with the pen, you might as well go with other Android tablets with rather similar specs but at much lower price point. The main selling point of the OnePlus Pad to me is just a 7:5 aspect ratio display, and this is the only Android tablet that I know of that has this aspect ratio, because most other Android tablets use 16:9 or 16:10. And I really love this aspect ratio because it's more productive for work, for drawing. But if you are someone who is using your tablet mostly for media consumption, such as watching videos, then I would recommend you go with tablets that are 16:9 or 16:10, so that you have less black bars at the top and bottom when watching videos. And tablets like this are significantly more affordable compared to the OnePlus Pad. If you have no intention to buy the pen for drawing or for note-taking, I recommend you just get some other Android tablet which is going to be cheaper, such as the Xiaomi Pad 6, and you can use the savings to get more storage or to get the Xiaomi Smart Pen. If you're talking about hardware, the OnePlus Pad has fantastic hardware. The display is bright, vibrant, and sharp. Refresh rate is 120 or 144 Hz, I can't really remember, but all the animation is very smooth. The tablet is thin, it's light for a tablet at this size, and the build quality is solid. The sound quality is really good. The Dimensity 9000 processor is powerful enough to run graphics intensive games, although not at the highest graphics settings. Okay, the main downside for this tablet to me is there is 8 gigs of RAM, which is good, but there is only 128 gigs of internal storage, and there is no micro SD card slot. Now, in some countries, you may be able to find this tablet selling with 256 gigs of storage, but that variant of this tablet is very difficult to find. Without a micro SD card slot on the OnePlus Pad, you may run out of storage in the future, and the micro SD card slot on the Samsung tablets is a huge selling point for me. And talking about files, I want to talk about the backup options. On the Samsung tablet, there are 3 backup options. Samsung Cloud and Google Drive do not back up the whole tablet. More specifically, they do not back up the files that are saved within some of the apps. So to back up the whole tablet, like everything, 100% of your files, you have to use this external storage backup, and this option is provided. The OnePlus Pad has backup options, but those are not 100% backup options. So if you lose the tablet or if the tablet is damaged, there is a high chance that you may lose some files, even after restoring from the backup. So having a proper backup is another selling point of the Samsung tablet. The default Files app on the OnePlus Pad is extremely basic to the point that it's almost useless, and there is no integration with cloud storage services such as Dropbox, OneDrive, and Google Drive. It is possible to save or to share your files or artworks directly to OneDrive or Google Drive. The option is available from the sharing panel. It's just that there is no option within the Files app for you to select a file to transfer to the cloud storage services because there is no integration with cloud storage services. On the Samsung tablet, you can connect the Files app to OneDrive, Google Drive, or Dropbox. This Samsung tablet has Samsung DeX, which is the classic desktop workspace with the floating windows. And you can use Samsung DeX on this tablet or on an external display. So this will give you windows that you can move around, and there is a taskbar at the bottom for you to switch to different apps very quickly. The OnePlus Pad does not have PC mode or desktop mode, and there is no support for external display because the USB-C port does not output video, and the transfer speed for this is just USB 2, which is quite slow. The Samsung has USB 3.2 transfer speeds, which is significantly faster. OnePlus Pad runs on Android 13, and the UI on top is Oxygen OS. So when people say Android OS is limited compared to iPad OS, I would say that is not true. But Oxygen OS does make Android feel more limited due to the limited feature set. With the Samsung tablet, Samsung officially states that their tablets will get at least 4 years of Android updates and 5 years of security updates. So the Tab S8 came out in 2022, so it's going to get its last Android update in 2024. But not having those updates does not mean your apps will stop running. Your apps will still run, and you can still install your apps from Google Play Store. And even with the non-updated Android in the future, Samsung One UI will still have way more features compared to OnePlus Pad Oxygen OS. The next thing I want to talk about is accessories. So the Samsung tablets are more popular because they have been out for many years. The Tab S8 has been out since 2022, and the Tab S8 shares the same physical design as the Tab S7, which was out earlier. So there are many companies that make cases, keyboard folios, alternative pens, and stands for the Samsung tablet. If you don't like the included Samsung S Pen, you can get the Stadler Norris Digital. This too will work on the Samsung Galaxy tablets that support the S Pen, and this Lamy EMR pen can also work on the tablet. Replacement pen nibs for the Samsung S Pen are affordable and easy to find, and this is a rubberized nib, so it has some resistance on glass compared to the plastic nib from the OnePlus Stylo. For pen performance, when it comes to drawing and writing, I would say both pens are on par at the same level. However, this pen is not included with the tablet purchase, so if you want to buy this pen, the total cost of the tablet and pen is going to be quite similar to the Samsung Tab S8 11-inch, so you might as well go with the Samsung tablet. The official Samsung keyboard cover looks good and works well, and recently there is this other company that started making floating keyboards for Samsung Galaxy tablets. Samsung One UI also supports more keyboard shortcuts, so I can hit Command ? To call up the list of shortcuts that are supported. And there are more shortcuts that are supported that are not shown here on the list. So having more keyboard shortcuts obviously means better productivity. There are also magnetic stands made for the Samsung tablets, although nowadays I don't actually recommend magnetic stands because it's better to get a universal stand that can work with any tablet. The OnePlus Pad has comparable hardware to the Samsung tablet, except there is no microSD card slot, which is a deal breaker for me for a tablet with only 128 gigs of storage. And the OS or the UI feels limiting. So now I want to compare the OnePlus Pad with another Android tablet with pretty good hardware and limiting OS or UI. This is a tablet from Blackview, and I cannot tell you which model this is because it's not out yet in the market. Based on the previous model, the price point for this is around $200 US, and this is half the price of the OnePlus Pad. So this is going to be a much better buy compared to the OnePlus Pad, but there is no pen support, and you can see this tablet is smaller due to the aspect ratio. But this is half the price, so in terms of value for money, this wins hands down, right? Hands down. So this has a beautiful display as well, which is sharp, vibrant, and bright. The build quality is pretty solid. The display is laminated. Refresh rate is just 60 Hz, so it's not as smooth, but this is $200 cheaper. There are stereo speakers, one on each side, not four like the ones you find on the OnePlus Pad, and the audio quality is pretty good. This tablet has 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of internal storage, and there is support for micro SD card and SIM card, and there is also a 3.5mm audio jack, which for some reason is located here at the corner. Alright, to conclude, if you have no intention to get the pen for writing or for drawing, you might as well go for the budget Android tablets from China. And if you have the intention to get the pen for drawing and note-taking, you might as well go for the Samsung Tab S8 11-inch, which is just $20 more expensive compared to the OnePlus Pad with the pen. So the OnePlus Pad is not in a good market position. The main selling point, as mentioned at the start of the video, for me is just a 7x5-inch display. And I just noticed there is one scratch on my tablet. This is definitely a scratch and it sucks. I don't use this tablet outdoors, so I don't know how the scratch got there, and it's very unlikely for this keyboard folio to scratch the glass, which is ceramic, so it's hard. It's supposed to be harder than metal. So I'm not sure why there is a scratch. Anyway, unlike other review videos for the OnePlus Pad, I am not going to recommend this tablet because there are other Android tablets that provide more value for your money.